Hello, friends. So here we go. This is our grades 3 through 5, week 2 work. Okay. So what we're going to do really quick is I have a couple matters of business to cover. And this is kind of for kids and parents, anybody who's watching. And then I'm going to go quickly into what we're working on this week. It's also super simple. So the first couple things, I made notes so I don't forget anything. The first thing I want to talk about is a huge apology. I didn't need to read my notes for that. I'm super sorry for anybody who I caused stress to about uploading a picture. In my grand scheme brain, I thought, oh, it's a picture. It's not that hard. It can be done. I still believe it can easily be done. It's just a matter of all of us getting comfortable with all of this newfound technology and how all of it's working. And my goal is to make that as simple as possible. Now, here's the catch. I do need to see a picture of work at some point just so that I can give grades. We are still grading things, so I need to see that we're doing something. So for this week, one of the big goals is to be able to get me a picture. Now, I'm going to give you a couple little bits of advice to help with that. 1, if you are open to it, I would suggest downloading the Google Classroom app to your smartphone. Okay? If you download it to your phone, you can take a picture of your work with your smartphone and just put it straight into the app to your assignment, whether it's a comment to me or straight into the assignment. It works a little bit easier and it's more fluid. And for you kiddos who have smartphones, you guys are pretty used to that technology. There are also plenty of Google tutorials on how to do it. I will be more than happy to send those out to you. I'm not sending them out to you right now because I don't want to overwhelm you with any more stuff. If all of that's too complicated, go ahead, take a picture on your smartphone and email it to me. My email address is going to be in the directions for this week. Okay. You can also send it to me on Class Dojo. I'm pretty sure you guys can send pictures. I've never worked from the student side of it. I've only worked from the teacher side of it. So I think it can be done. If not, please let me know. And then if you're really still stuck, you can always send them to me on social media. The only reason I'm asking for them to come through Google Classroom, if you can do it, is because I have 300 kids and I'm asking for pictures from everyone. So it gets a little tricky for me to track what I saw, where I saw it, who I saw it from. And I just want to make sure I'm being diligent and giving everybody credit where credit is due. If you are trying to get a hold of me or posting something, I for sure update everything for the first hour or 2 of the morning. Who commented, who watched videos. And then if you've turned it in through Google Classroom, I grade it right away and return it back to you so that you know you're good to go. Okay. So don't worry about that. If you send me something later in the evening, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, or in the middle of the night, I probably won't deal with it until the next morning. Last night I had an 8th grader send me something at 3:30 in the morning. I was not responding to her. So does that make sense? Send it whenever you want to send it. It just know that I will be checking every single morning, Monday through Friday. Sometimes on the weekends, just depends on what I got going on. So with that being said, does that make sense? If you have questions, contact me. I will help any way I can. I do not want the picture to be stressful, but at the same time, I need to see some work. We are going to be talking about something cool today. We are going to be, so last week we talked about line and how line can be used to create things. We use line all the time. Like literally all the time. Everybody uses line. Every time you put a piece of pen or a pen to a piece of paper, you're creating a line. You might not be creating art, but you're creating lines. So we're going to talk about how we can ramp up the use of line to make it more fun and more artistic as we go along. Last week, I gave you the project to do a letter or a word. Now, I think there might have been some confusion. 3rd through 5th grade, you are allowed to do just one letter on one piece of paper, if that's what you want to do. For my kiddos who love a challenge, you can do a whole word. I would make it a short word like hug or pan on a piece of paper because you're going to need room to fit everything in. If you're picking a longer word, probably more than 4 letters, 5 letters for sure, you might want to consider putting a letter on a piece of paper, and then you can put all the pieces of paper together when you're all done. Entirely up to you. I also gave you guys the choice of making block letters like so, or bubbly letters like so. And just like I told you last week, save this work because we're going to be continuing to add to it, okay? So today what we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about space, okay? Not outer space where the aliens live, but distance space. So, for example, these pieces of paper are in front of my face. However, there is space between, okay? So you got to figure out how to draw that so it makes a little bit of space. Now, we've talked about proportion, where when things go further away from you, they get, and everybody should say smaller right now. The trick question is here, smaller. As things get bigger to you or get closer to you, they get bigger, okay? So that helps with space. What we're going to do with these, though, is we are going to make these into like 3D letters that travel back into space, okay? It's a super simple thing this week, okay? It will get better the more practice that you do, just like everything else. There was a point in your life where you couldn't walk, and now look at you. You can walk because you've practiced. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with the letter S. With my K through 2 kids, I started with the letter Y. They're doing a similar, everybody's doing similar work. It's just different levels of difficulty, okay? My 8th graders are doing the hardest stuff. 3 through 5, middle of the road. K through 2, me with challenge stuff. So if you have siblings, don't be surprised if you guys are working on similar stuff, okay? I should tell my K through 2ers that too. So here's my letter S. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make extenders. Oh, man, I was going to set my timer so I could remember what in the world I was doing and how long I had been talking because I don't want to bore you. I'm not boring. What are we? Who are we kidding? So what I did is I have made an extender. I made an extender little line right there, and I have made an extender little line right here. And remember, my goal is to make this into a 3D letter. So I'm going to take and I'm going to make a second line parallel to my Sharpie line. So I took and there was my extender, and I made a second parallel line to this line right there. Same thing here. Extender, and I made a parallel line right here to match my Sharpie line. When I step it back, I have started to create this look that this travels back in space. Now, my kiddos, my kindergarten kiddos, kind of stopped there. If you want to stop there, you can stop there. If you want to add the next layer, this is where this gets a little tricky. Okay, when you're making a 3D letter, the extenders go on the same side of the letter. So I have it on this side of the letter and this side of the letter. Notice I did not put it on this side of the letter and this side of the letter. That would not make visual sense. But I have a problem, and the letter S is the hardest one. So if you can nail this, you got it. So I have it on this side, and I have it on this side. I need to do something with this. Now the goal is to start somewhere where this one starts and come down and around and end somewhere down in this point, okay? And this is hard, not gonna lie. Not Miss Tomas's favorite thing to draw because it's hard. That's terrible. I shouldn't say that. I love drawing everything. Oh, dude, it's fine. We're going to leave it there. It should be there anyway. Okay, so what I have done, I have added this second line, and that makes that bad boy look like it goes. Now you see it? Do you see it? Do you see it? So cool, right? So this is where this gets a little tricky. I'm going to really quickly Sharpie this so that you can see it a little bit better. And I just ignored my line that I drew. Man, when I'm in a hurry, I make all sorts of mistakes. So lesson learned, when you're practicing, don't rush. So here's my letter S in a big old fat space 3D shape using line. So we have used line to create space. I love it when a plan comes together. Okay. Now, third graders, if you want to stop here, you're fine. I'm happy. I'm good. Third graders, fourth graders, fifth graders, if you want to add and try more letters, go for it. If you want to try more letters just to see which letters you like better, also fine. Do not forget you can use the back of an envelope that came in the mail. Do not forget you can use scrap paper. You can use both sides. Because as long as you didn't Sharpie it like I did, you can use the back. See what I'm saying? So there's my letter S. Now, I had also given you the challenge project of a bubbly letter. Now, this one's a little bit trickier, okay? Because it's wobbly. So same rules apply, though. I'm going to make an extender on the same side of the letter. So for the letter P, I'm going to start on this side because this is what's easiest for my brain to understand. So I'm going to make a little line that comes down and a little line that comes actually up. So I got a line at the bottom. See that bad boy right there? And I got a line at the top. See how my extenders are different because this is a wobbly letter? But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make a line that matches. See it? So my space, my 3D part is on this side, which means I have to do something in here to create this. This is like the letter S. It's tricky. I'm going to put this though on right. I'm going to go right in here because this side is the same as this side, and it'll make it look like the letter is going towards me. Okay. Man, I do not like teaching online. It's so hard because I can't read your faces to see if you're totally understanding me or not. In the classroom, around this point in time, I would be able to look up and see everybody's face, and I could either tell this or yeah, okay? Right now, I can't tell that. So I'm hoping we're good. I'm going to hold up the Sharpied lines so you can see them. Okay? Now, practice makes perfect. I would fix that. That bothers me. So if it were me, I'd probably redraw the letter P, try again. But for right now, am I happy with it? Sure. Would practice make that better? Of course it would. Practice makes everything better. Okay? Last one I'm going to do for you. We had the letter N. Okay? Man, I wish I knew how long I had been talking. The letter N. See, if we were in class, I would ask you, do you want me to do this? But I'm going to go ahead and do it. So we're going to make those extenders. These ones I'm going to make a little skinnier because I used up a lot of my room. So I'm going to go with this side, which means I'm doing this side, and this side, because I need it to look like it's coming towards my face. We're going to keep that rule the same. So I'm going to make a little round one, a little round one, a little round. Man, that was my brain trying to figure out what I was doing. A little round one, little round one. So what I have done, hard to see. Got this one going this way, got this one going this way. Those two match. Up here at the top, got this one going this way, got this one going this way. Those two match. So I know these are going to work out correctly. And I'm going to run all the way down, and I'm going to run all the way up. Man, I'm really hoping that at some point somebody watching this is like, this is so cool. This is so cool. If you're not, I don't know. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. I tried to come up with something that was kind of easy and fun all at the same time, and blah, 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 blah. So all I did was, okay, so you ready? I Sharpied it so we can see it. There's my letter N. Ha! Used line to create space. So now it's traveling back. Okay, the last thing I am going to do for you is I'm going to show you one more. I'm going to show it to you because I actually don't have paper ready. Don't judge. And I forgot I had 3 letters for you. So for my 5th graders, even I forget it. Any of you, 3 through 4, 3, 4, 5. Any of you, if you're bored and you want something to do, like I said, other than playing on a tablet or gaming, and you want to try the next level, you can try that word. Now, I know I had a question from Erin about the words and like the letters. Now, I have done a drawing example of one word on one piece of paper using the 3D space. Okay. Now they're block letters. They're not bubble, but you'll get the idea. So I went ahead and I did the word hut. Okay. Now I didn't plan this because I had this on my clipboard, so I wasted the space. You see what I'm saying? But I did hut, H-U-T. I know it's backwards. I'm so sorry. And I've created the space. So you can see how each letter has its little 3D space element. You with me? So challenge, if you would like to try one word on one piece of paper, you can do that. Okay. If you want to put one letter per paper, pretend this was a word, and I literally like one letter, and then you can put them together later. Can you do that? Sure. Like this could look really cool when it was all said and done. If you have the paper and you want to do it, do it. So that is where we are at with this. To recap and review, because it's a lot of words. 1, practice drawing space on your letters. Okay? Block or bubble, one letter or word. You get to pick with the level of difficulty you're going with here. 2, I need to see, please, 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 a picture of what you have done by the end of next week so that I can take a grade. Okay? If you're stuck on that, please let me know. We will figure it out. 3, please do not forget that this is a video. If you're stuck, go back, pause, watch, stop, pause. I know hearing my rambling is boring, but pause, stop, watch. Okay? Does that help? If you all have any questions, please email me or let me know. Message, comment, whatever, okay? If you have any questions, please let me know. We're going to figure this out, guys, okay? So that's it. I'm going to do a little shout out because I have a friend who goes to a different school district who is going to start watching these videos because she's bored. So hello, Peyton. And she's kind of joining our 3 through 5 classes. If you want to share these with your friends, go for it. Who doesn't want to listen to me ramble? Mom, dads, aunts, uncles, grandma, grandpas, whoever has had to hear me, hello. I miss you all. So let me know, okay? Bye, guys. Talk to you later.